Hello and welcome, my dear students, of today's lesson, which is going to be about grammar. This is from Unit 3, Laugh Out Loud. Today, inshallah, I will present to you grammar as a sub-skill, because yesterday we talked about listening, and today we will talk about grammar. Let's see together the objectives of today's lesson, which is going to be about expressing feelings, okay, with past participle. Also, write a sentence about what causes the feeling. Compare using the and the, of course, with the adjectives. And you are going to see what I'm talking about later, inshallah. Use the past and present participle as adjectives. Also use the past and the present participle as an adjective, and point out a participle adjective in a sentence, and write a sentence using get adjective or the past participle. So these are the objectives of today's lesson. Let's start by showing some pictures. Now, look at these pictures here, or these pictures. Can anyone tell me how they could feel or can feel now? The feeling of these guys. And where are they going? Okay, so they are, maybe you say happy, very good, excited, yes, okay, amazed, maybe, very good. Now they are going to the beach, okay, so what causes this feeling to be amazed or to be excited or whatever, okay? So they are going to the beach to swim, okay? So the cause of feeling is swimming. This is why I'm talking now about causes, feelings and their causes, okay? Now, look at these two sentences. They are excited, I mean the guys in the car, okay, because they are going to swim. Excited here is talking about feeling. We use the past participle of adjective, the past participle of adjective, to show or to express feelings. Very good. What about the second one? Swimming is an exciting sport. Okay, it's an exciting sport. So here we have the cause of this feeling. So exciting here, okay, is caused by swimming. Swimming. So swimming here is the cause of this excitement, okay, of this excitement. Now, if you open your book, pages 36 and 37, yes, here you will find that the past and present participle adjectives, okay, and actually, let's read together, guys. Will you help me with that? The past participle and the present participle forms of a verb can be used as an adjective, okay, just like what we did. Excited is this as a form of verbs, or exciting even. We could use them, can be used, any form of verb can be used as adjectives, and this is so important to know. Let's start with the past. Number one here, I'm talking about the past participle. Past participles generally end in ed, okay, excited, amazed with ed, but can also end in d, okay, or t, en or n, of course, and describe how someone's feels. Okay, so we use the past participle of adjective to show what? To show feelings, or express someone, describe how someone feels. Number two, let's read together, the example. The mice were frightened. Why they were frightened? Of the cat. So here, I'm talking about feelings, or feel, okay? And what caused this feeling? The cat, of course, is the cause. The cat is the cause. Number two, present participles always end in ing, always. Okay, so it's important to know that. Okay, and describe what? Describe what causes the feeling? What causes the feeling? Okay, so here the same as in the first sentence or the first example, the cat was frightening. Okay, or frightening used ing. Okay, so here we have feelings or the feel, frightened, and the adjective or the present participle with the cause, I use ing. So the cat was frightening. So here frightened with ed, and the other one is with ing. Finally, participle adjectives can appear after be. I'm talking here be. Like what? Okay, do you remember that? Am, okay, am, okay, or is, or are. Okay, so here I'm talking about the be here. Or in front of nouns, any kind of nouns. Ahmed, car, principal, school, whatever you would like to name. Okay, let's see the examples here. My grandfather's stories about his childhood are amusing. So what caused this feeling? Okay, the grandfather's story. The grandfather's story. So amusing here, talking about causes. My grandfather tell amusing stories about his childhood. Okay, so if you now concentrate on these two sentences, you'll find that my grandfather tells amusing and my grandfather's stories about his childhood are, okay, amusing. Are amusing. Very good. Now we have an exercise. Okay, let's start with A. Exercise A, please. Could you read, please? Complete the sentences with the present or past participle, just what we showed you earlier, of the verb in parentheses. Here we have verbs, okay, irritate and frighten here and depress. Okay, so we have 5 sentences and you have to do all of these, but I'm gonna help you with the first one, okay, and you will do the rest. Number 1, when Jack found out that he wasn't accepted to his first choice of university, he was, now I am showing what? Showing feelings, okay? Feelings. Okay, the news was, now this is the cause, the news, okay? The news. So here now I'm talking about he wasn't accepted to his first choice of university. So what happened to him? What happened to Jack when he found out that he is not or wasn't accepted to his first choice? Of course, he maybe joined the second or third choice. Okay, so let's start. So Jack was disappointed, okay? Disappointed, why? Because he wasn't accepted to his first choice. Very good. So the news, this is what causes the cause, okay? So we have to add ing. Very good. So we have to add ing to the verb, okay? So the news was disappointing. Here I have to use ing with the verb. Now, you have to pause this video, guys, actually, and try to find out the answer and come back, please, with us to complete all of these 4 sentences remaining. Okay? Very good. Let's start number 2. Calling someone by the wrong name is, I did it last week with a new friend and I was terribly, okay? And you have here the verb, of course. You have to add ed with the feelings and ing with the cause. Okay, don't forget that, please, guys. Okay. Number 3, people who talk about themselves all the time are, I used to have a friend like that who, me all of the time, irritate. This is the verb. Number 4, I am never by noses in the dark. It surprises me that other people think they are, and what is the verb here? Frightened. Number 5. Many people find winter to be a season. Months of rain and snow can make people feel, here we have the verb depressed. Okay? Nice. Let's start. Calling someone by the wrong name is what? Is embarrassing. Okay, so it's embarrassing. I did it last week with a friend and I was terribly embarrassed. Okay, so when someone is embarrassed, it means that he felt like shy or something like that. Okay, he felt like shy. Number 3, people who talk about themselves all the time are what? Are irritating. Why? Why they are irritating? I used to have a friend like that who irritated me all of the time. Number 4, I'm talking about feeling. Okay, by noises in the dark. It surprises me that other people think they are. Okay, so I am never frightened. Okay, why? Because people think they are frightening, using ing cause. 5. Many people find winter to be depressed. Okay, winter, is it cause or feel? Feeling or causing? Here, the winter is causing. Okay, so depressing, I have to add ing. Very good. Months of rain and snow can make people feel. Okay, we have the word here, feel depressed. So don't forget that I use ed. Okay, past participle adjective with feeling, and the ing, the present participle, ing adjectives with causes. Okay, very good. Now let's move to the second point of our lesson today, which is get plus adjectives and get with the past participle. Guys, sometimes get have many meanings. For example, to reach distant, for example. Okay, I got there. Or to have something or help. Maybe I want to get my jacket back, for example. Okay, so get sometimes have many meanings. You have to look it up, Google it. Okay, use get as an enter, and then you will find all the meaning of get. But today, inshallah, we use it as an adjective. Okay, with adjective. Get before. Let's read. Get before an adjective or past participle suggests. Okay, this is so important. Suggest that something is changing or starting to happen. Okay, something is changing or starting to happen. Let's read the examples here. Let's start with get can be followed by an adjective, and this is so important to know. Okay, how? The grasshopper, we talked about the grasshopper at the previous lesson, and snail got impatient. What does it mean impatient? Okay, they got very angry and they felt they cannot wait anymore. Okay, so they got impatient waiting for the centipedes, and we talked about this earlier as a joke. Okay, do you remember that, guys? Very good. Number 2, it's almost time for me to give my presentation. I am getting nervous. Okay, so all of these 2 sentences now, we have here got and we have here getting, as you can see, are followed by adjectives. We have impatient and nervous. Sometimes get is followed with the past participle. Okay, here. Okay, it's followed by past participle. Like what? You are getting sunburned. Why? Because he is not wearing or putting the sunscreen. The sunscreen is like a cream. Okay, you put it on the skin. Okay, to use it to prevent the sun burning. Okay. My mother gets worried. Why gets worried? Okay, if I am not home by 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. for example. Okay, so here I could use get adjectives after get, or even the past participle here. Of course, sometime you could not use, for example here got impatient. I could use some adjectives like impatient, but I couldn't use, or I cannot use, got patient. It gives me another kind or another meaning. Okay, some adjectives you cannot use it after get. Okay, like he got, for example, depressed. Okay, but for example, I cannot use got disappointing, for example. Okay, so let's see some of the adjectives actually, and of course the past participle I could use after get. Here we have get angry, get big. You have a list actually of adjectives here, and here another list of the past participle. Okay, for example, get crowded, get frightened, as I said earlier, the past participle and the adjective itself. And get stressed. Here, get sunburned, as we did in the previous example. Get tired. Why did you get tired? Okay, from studying, for example. So we have a cause here. Okay, so adjective and the past participle, we could use it after get. Okay, very good. Now let's go to an exercise B. Okay, I want you to complete the sentences here using only these words in the green box. Okay, I want you to use these only words in the green box and to put it on the correct or the appropriate sentence. Okay, we have confused, crowded, dark, dirty, dizzy, engaged, excited, frightened, rich and worried. Okay, rich and worried. All of these words or vocabulary, maybe it's new to you, okay, but I will help you to understand what do I mean or what does it mean. Let's start. Gisli was supposed to be home an hour ago. I am. Now he's talking about what? Okay, I am. Getting worried. Now talking about to be worried of something. Okay, getting worried. I prefer to use the gym early in the morning. Why? It gets crowded, okay, in the afternoon, and this is a fact also. Number 3, I accidentally showed up for the appointment on the wrong day. Okay, so I got confused. Very good. 4, you know winter is coming when it start what? Start getting dark earlier. 5, I think I may have the flu. Why? I am tired and I am starting to get dizzy. 6, Kevin, when he was 24 and was married 6 months later. Okay, so Kevin got engaged. Kevin got engaged was because he was 6 months later after his marriage. 7, we are going on vacation. Okay, next week we are about it. So here we have are. So the get we have to add ing, getting excited. Okay, very good. 8, I would recommend not buying white shoes. Why? Not buying white shoes here. Why? Because they get dirty so quickly, the white shoes. Very good. 9, setting up your own business is a good way to get rich. And number 10, Dale, when he rides the roller coaster at the park, what happened? He gets frightened. Okay, so these were the answer of all these sentences. Very good. Now let's move. And I will show you actually a picture of yesterday or the previous lesson. And inshallah you will remember what we are talking about. We have the grasshopper. Very good. What is called the other one? The other animal or insect we have here? Snail. And do you remember the one with lot or a centum or 100 legs here? We are talking about the centipede, okay? So we have grasshopper, snail, and centipede. And do you remember the joke about them? Very good. Now, let's see an example of today's lesson, which is going to be about the longer they wait, the hungrier they get, okay? So the more they will be more hungry, okay? So the longer they wait, so they have time. Then what happened after that? They became hungrier, okay? Hungrier here is the cause of this feeling because they're waiting for a long time, okay? So what I'm talking about actually is this: how we could use the, okay, and after that the. Here we have the longer, we have used an adjective, and then we have used another one, okay, the longer and the hungrier. The longer and the hungrier. Let's read together. The and the is used when? With two comparatives. Say what? The first thing has an effect on the second. Okay? So here, the longer they wait have effect on what happened here? Effect. So here, I'm talking about effect. Here, what happened? When they wait for a long time, okay, they get hungrier, okay? They get hungrier. Let's see now the comparative or the examples. The longer the telephone calls, okay, or the telephone call, the longer, what will happen? The bigger is the telephone bill. You have to add or to pay more, okay? You pay more money. The funnier the joke, okay, as I said in the previous lesson, the harder the audience laughs, okay? They will laugh so hard, okay, because they are funny or the joke is funny. Finally, the more I get to know my classmates, what will happen if I know my classmates more, the better I like them. The better I like. So here we used the after then an adjective. So we have an adjective. What happened or what effect? Here the bigger, the harder, and the better. Okay, so we use the and the here, as we said earlier, comparatives, to compare between things that has or have an effect on the other. Okay, very good. Now let's see the exercise here. Finish each sentence with the and the comparative, as we said earlier, and we did actually. Let's read the sentence here. This is an example for you, okay? This is an example. The more money I make, the more money I gain or make, the more computer games I buy. And actually, this is a fact also among you people, you students, I mean, okay? If you have so much money, you will buy more games. Okay, so the more money I make and the more computer games I buy. Okay, now you have actually 10 sentences. It's up to you now to choose or to find any other sentences that goes with it. Of course, I will show you what do I mean, because here sometimes you need help with these sentences. For example, the more it rains, okay, it's become, for example, greener, okay? So the more it rains, the more green, or the more, for example, bigger. Maybe something, if you have a plant, for example, or something like that, my plant will become bigger, okay, or taller. The better my English gets, okay? For example, the smarter I get in English. Maybe. So it's up to you actually to find out the most comparative or the perfect comparative between these two sentences. Okay, I will show you, of course. I will help you with that. But first, I want you to try to read these sentences and try to find out the answer. Okay, try to pause also this video because now I'm gonna show you the answer. And of course, don't use all of these. Try to use your own. Okay, try to use your own. So the more it rains, the higher the water level gets in the river. Number 2, the better my English gets, the easier it is to understand English TV shows. Number 3, the more TV I watch, the less, what happened? The less I like it. Number 4, the earlier the class, the more tired I am. Okay, so here as you can see, the more and of course the higher, the better, and what happened? The easier, the more and the less, the earlier, the more, okay, and the farther here, the longer. So here as you see, we have the and the comparative as we did in this lesson. Okay, and actually this was your the last slide of our shows today. And let's go back of the objectives. Today we learned, guys, expressing feelings with past participle, write sentences about what causes the feeling, compare using the and the comparative, of course, use the past and present participle as adjective, and point out a participle adjective in a sentence, and finally write sentences using get, adjective, and the past participle. Get, then adjective, or the past participle. And this was the last show or the last slide of our lesson. I would like to thank all of you for watching us today. Inshallah, I will see you at the next lesson. Thank you.